Okay, I'm going to do an update on this limit system. And I didn't get any fills on this Canadian on the north side. I put my orders too far away. This was the scalp. I'm not sure if this got filled actually, but see, this was the trade. And it's funny, people don't get this trade. You're selling new highs, right? With an unknown when you're going to get paid. The exit is here, predefined, right? You're out of the trade. Scalp's over. Now, I'm going to come in with buy plunges. And so the Mad Forex guy said, well, if you place if you get in a 10 pip range here and your stop is set at 20, you essentially have a master stop of 10 on that whole bank of orders that you dropped. So if you have a tight stop and you're getting in 20 pips apart, you have 10 pips stop, what you've essentially done is laid in single tickets in one click. Actually, it has to be a drop here. If you double click these, nothing will happen. So you have to make a effort to blow up the account. So here what you're saying is that I want to buy a 20K in a 20 pip zone with I'll start to get stopped out of this thing. That's the where you're going to have a soft stop. So yeah, you'll lose, but you can't think of it like that because it's designed to get blown out, right? It's a catch a falling knife, but you've got 100 fingers. You can afford to lose a few fingers. So if the dollar comes ripping back when the news comes out in an hour and 9 minutes, I'm going to trade it here with these orders. I'm just going to base it on the targets I want. Risk 80 pips, make 80 pips. Here, this looks good. Dollar CAD's great for range trading. As you can see, dollar CAD is really not very good for... All I'm doing is range trading the market with orders. If you can handle this much punishment to sell the top of that for that whole swing, you sold here, you got out here, your stop was here at break even, but the array that you laid in here, even their hand placed singles, same story here, but then we come back to the starting gate, we got to get out of that trade. Doesn't mean you can't come to here, this, and then go down, but probably not in a straight line. There'll be plenty of chances to scalp along the way. They should be able to scalp 10 pips a day with a 20 pip stop. You have a 20 pip stop. All right, so you bought this 20 pip window back here. You could even have bought at the market on the second time, or you replace the limit again for a double bottom. You're assuming a double bottom in the 4-hour chart. So you have to make a lot of assumptions. I just don't think it's something that people want to do. People want a very noiseless system that always making money. Obvious what the trade is. So I'm setting up here for a plunge on New Zealand. I'm going to put some bad ratios down here. I'm going to risk 20 to make 10 right here for 1 hour. So the news is about to come out. They'd have to pull that market down just before the news comes out. They. This looks like a nice sell on the top there. I think I might have got filled on this one. Just the very top of that. So I can see in my history, my journal, so to speak, if I put sell limits up there, because I don't know how long they last, the balls are there forever. But I can tell when I dropped them. So this is the beginning of the week over here. If I know that I'm running a weekly system. Really? Lost the drawing tool. This is the beginning. This is Sunday. So we get a narrow range here. Breakout. Never looked back, actually. Haven't looked back since this breakout on Sunday night. Top, bottom. Another top, bottom. Now it's getting crazy. I'm a seller above there. I'm a buyer below here when the news comes out. Maybe. Okay, 5 minutes before the top of the hour. We get a short squeeze here. Let's see what happens. So as far as the equity goes, I'm not just kind of treading water here. Not up too big, not up down too big. Not in too big. Those kind of black swan events are mini, I guess, black what, butterflies, whatever. Look at Australia plunging, though. Look at this thing. Wow. All the way down. I think I'm buying this. I'm going to buy it here. I'm going to swing trade it. I'm going to buy there. I'll put a dense 10K in here. For a scalp, I'm going to risk 20 to make 20. And right here again, as soon as we get below here, if that happens. New Zealand. Ready to tank also. I laid a tremendous amount of tickets in here. Break evens. That should do. Okay, so waiting for the news to come out in 1 hour, and that's gonna be that. Let's see what happens. So they already said they're gonna raise interest rates. Supposedly they're gonna announce that today. In 52 minutes. So how is it gonna change anything? Is it baked in the cake? I just put some more orders in on this. The Australian dollar, looking for it to go catastrophically down. I am putting a 2-hour limit on these, though. So this is less risky to get down here in 2 hours. Still waiting. I'm anticipating a short squeeze into the news. People sell the dollar into the news. Supposed to raise interest rates. It's baked in the cake. This is pretty aggressive. I'm going to get in right here on the Canadian. I should put some 4-hour orders in. 4 hours. Still waiting. The short squeeze is commencing. I put a ton of orders on this dollar yen. Just tons. Super deep. News is coming out in 22 minutes. But supposedly we know that they're going to raise the interest rates in the United States. A quarter point? I don't know. So it would be at 250. Preparing to buy this on a plunge, this on a pullback. I bought some of this before. And if this Australian dollar plunges more, I'll certainly buy more. Waiting for this Canadian to pull back for a plunge. So this will be the big surprise trade if that smacks down before it takes off. Okay, we're at 150 bucks equity, and we're waiting. 10-minute warning. Here comes a critical window. 5 minutes before news. Bullish for the dollar. Is it baked in the cake? I'm going to let this thing go like domino theory. It's loaded. I'm going to set it. Forget it. I reserve the right, if the account doubles, to close all profitable positions. Okay, so we're kind of squeezing into the news. Dollar's getting hit. I wonder how crude's going to react. I don't have crude up. I don't know if I have crude oil up here. So I'm going to scalp out of that. I'm going to sell into the euro as it makes new highs. I'm waiting for this huge order bank. This is the most pendings I've ever put in on this many pairs manually. I've done double clicks to throw in random arrays, but these are somewhat hand selected. We'll see how this turns out. I'm going to get a peek at the crude. I'll see. New version. So. Oh, they killed that demo. Since this up to date. Okay, so we're squeezing into the end. I'm long the euro. I'm going to sell into the news as it goes up. Oh boy. So. Just overloaded the platform there, trying to get out of that fucking MT4. So right at the borderline. Looking to pop through, hit these sell limits up here. I may have put too many sell limits up there for the sweep. For the scoop. Guess we pop to 1440. Then I think it's going to go through the roof. And I'm going to stand in front of it with these limits. And hopefully this is going to record. Because right now, I can't touch it. The fucking computer's frozen with fucking bullshit in the background running. Too much data coming in. So I'm on my tablet, my trusty tablet. Okay, news is coming out. In 2 minutes. I'm selling into this rally on the euro. All the other tickets, I probably won't be able to get to the charts if the computer can't keep up. Here we go. I got this big plunge array on the dollar CAD. Interesting to see if we can fill that today. 8 hours, 6 hours, 2 hour orders. Well, here goes the big announcement. Holy shit. There you go. 1438. News is not out yet. Big backlash possibly coming. The old backlash. Oof, looks like I popped the cork on that euro. The end of the year. 1438. I'm cashing out. I'm scaling out of this beast because it could rip. Reduce the exposure as it rips. Oof. Nasty. Oh God. This would be brutal. What we got here? Let's get the prices up. One click it. 5 seconds. Oof. I like 1440. That's high. Let's go. Oof. Little laggy. My broker's ahead of this one. 50? Okay. Wow. Ripping back. Okay. Looking to pull that back. Jesus. Brutal. Oof. They bid it up. Into the news, they're selling it now. Getting filled on buy limits. $20 pips. Now here we go. Smashing back up. Buying Australia. Fundamentally. Right, they raise interest rates. Okay, so now Start buying at the market. Buying the euro at the market now. Came flying back to the round number. Now we're going to put limits in again. Fairly shallow now. Okay. 20 pips deep. 60 pips deep. Vicious. Back below the round. Complete meltdown. Buying at the market again. Huge swing. Okay, possibly spiked down 20 pips. Oh, here we go. Stabilized. All the way back into these limits. I'm going to put some more in right now. I'm going to try to make 60 pips. Okay, they're smashing it below. We're 10 pips below the waiting to get filled on limits. So that was a classic. They took it right to that tippy top, ripped it back. Getting filled on limits. Getting ready to buy at the market. I got to take on more margin than that, though. Oof, yes. Okay. So I'm buying at the market. Come screaming back off the bottom. All in 4 minutes. Wow. So hopefully those bad ratios I put in there are going to pay the rent. Dead cat bounce. Okay, so I'm down about up about $3 now. I was up 150. All the other swing trades are in place. Now we're just waiting for it to stabilize. It's funny that my broker's ahead of this demo. All right. Sitting right here at 113, almost 114 again. 5 minutes are up. One more spike. Okay. Going up to 115 from here. Psycho and golf. And that's how they do it. Brutal. So, right before the news came out, you really had to unwind your position. Because that wasn't going to last. Then they bid it back. Looks like they came after the lows from Asia. Oh, down again hard now. So hopefully I cashed out of something here. So I need a scalp built in there. That's the 5-minute euro. Looking for it to come flying back. Take out the high of the day now. Waiting 15 minutes to get filled. 7 pips deep. 8 pips deep. 15 pips deep. Okay. Yeah. Not even 10 minutes. This whole auction lasted 7 minutes. So here's the new lows we'll be buying on limits. So I'm going to put them in tighter now. Okay. Buying now at the market for the first 10 pip scalp. Got to get through this floor here. Right here is sellers coming in right there. Got to go over that hump. Okay, got pendings. We're at the market. Tight stops. And we'll buy 30 pips deep. And as the market starts going up, I'll start running trailing limits in there. Okay, big run up here, so big spike coming. Here comes the deep discount buyers. Okay. Try to make it back to the round number. It's taking its good old time. So we still have 1 minute left. Okay. Trying to make 10 pips now. Then I'm going to put the psycho targets in, where you take out the high of the day right now. Okay. Anyways, like that. So it's pretty wily. It has to take out the high of the day now. Nope, guess not. Oh well. Not quite yet. Still have to wait for that. So the 10-minute chart's updated. I still got 5 more minutes in the 5-minute chart. I got 5 more minutes to wait. Okay. If you had a 3-minute chart, it would look much better. Okay, we're waiting for the 15-minute chart to update. Okay. Let's try to get out here with 10 pips. The first bounce. Ride the engulf. Okay, so we have to wait 4 more minutes Okay, so I have to buy some now because I'm kind of stuck here. I don't see any sellers coming in. So I'm going to get in very tight stops at the market. Try to make the first 12 pips here. Okay. Here she goes. Okay, 95. I had to hold this 95. And we got to reject that triple floor on the 5 minute. Unfortunately, I cannot. I'm just trading pure limits here, so I couldn't buy at the market. But with your market account, so this is the floor we got to overcome. So the scalpers have already gotten out. They've cashed out. So now we could go up or down now. News has been out for 30 minutes. So the scalpers cashed out, and now we'll see what happens. So I had to put pennies down here because I couldn't buy at the market. So hopefully I got in enough margin here. I picked up some more tickets right at the edge. I'm still looking for the stampede in golf. The news has been out for 1 hour, 3 minutes. Let the engulf begin. It's been an hour and 15 minutes, and we're going to take out the high of the day on the euro. So I loaded up as good as I could there as we were dropping. Same thing on Australia. I loaded up in the wagon as we came into this. I kind of loaded the wagon here on the pound. Pound's kind of not too dramatic. And I definitely load the wagon here on this plunge of the New Zealand dollar. So let's see what happens. Give it some time to bake. It's going to take about 12 hours to be done. Finally done. We'll make $1,000 in 12 hours is my prediction.